I'd like to call the meeting to order. Roll call of aldermen.
Alderman Hazel.
Here.
Alderman Kinsella.
Here.
Alderwoman Pusa.
We need some more rain.
Alderman Bittner.
Here.
Alderman Randall.
Here.
Alderman Tyler.
Here.
Alderman Anthony.
Here.
Alderman Ovian.
Here.
Alderwoman Schaefer.
Here.
Alderman Dintelman.
Here.
Alderman Gah.
Here.
Alderwoman Steele. Alderman Weigott. Alderman Elmore.
Here.
Alderman Wiggington.
Here.
Alderman Barfield.
Here. Alderman Pusa is excused. Roll call of department heads.
City Treasurer Hart.
Here.
City Attorney Horner. Police Chief Bill Clay. Fire Chief Tom Poor. Finance Director Jamie Matrit. City Engineer Tim Gregowitz. Director of Maintenance Ken Vaughn. Human Resource Director Sherry Faber. Director of Parks and Recreation Debbie Belleville. Health and Housing Director Bob Sabo. Director of Public Works Jason Poole. Director of Wastewater Royce Carlisle. Director of Economic Development Anissa McCaskill. Director of Library Leander Spearman.
Okay, we have Chief Clay's excused, Garrett Harner's excused, Brian Flynn is here in his place. We also have Jason Poole excused, he had a vacation day. And who?
Jamie Matrit.
Jamie Matrit had a vacation day
And Ken
today.
Vaughn.
And Ken, well, here comes
Oh,
Ken
there's
Vaughn.
Ken. Okay.
I was gonna say, he didn't have a vacation day today. So, I think that accounts for all of our staff. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're able, if you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Welcome, everyone. I just want to remind everyone, got another comment this past week that at times it's hard to hear on the tape some of the audio from aldermen not speaking into the mic. I know, what's that?
Rich has a call in to have the microphone.
Okay, Rich has a call in to have these things checked. But just so please try to help us. And likewise, when we do have public participation, speak into the microphone. If we would ever have, while we're in here, bad weather where we had to go to the basement, the police are out here in the back. They would guide us across the lobby to the door, the basement door across from the clerk's counter to go downstairs. If we ever had to leave for smoke or fire, we would ask you to go quickly and cautiously out the front or back door, go across. We would ask you to go and meet by the sign at the courthouse, just so we can kind of check in with everybody and make sure the people you came with got out of the building okay. We hope we never have to do that, but we wanted to remind you. And there are handicap restrooms in several places right behind us here and also in the same place they always were for the last 60 years. At this time, we have no public hearing this evening, and I will go to public participation. When I call on you, when you raise your hand, come to the microphone, give your name, and try to keep your comments to 2 to 3 minutes on a topic, preferably what's on the agenda, but at least what's in Belleville. Anybody this evening? Yes, sir, in the back of the room.
Being the only one up here that in town that's going to put in their 2 cents worth. I guess everybody else thinks everything's going along just fine. Swick College got rid of a bunch of dead wood, so to speak, after Jerry Costello's wife left. I don't know, you know, when the enrollment in the college is down and the population of a city is down, as the mayor pointed out, it just stands to reason that you don't need as many employees. I don't want to see anybody lose a job, but that's just the way it goes. And these streetscapes on North Illinois, as far as I know, has not brought in one nickel's worth of business, and I don't see any of the other streetscapes promising to bring any business in. What the object of this city is to maximize business, not make the city streets look pretty. It's to get businesses along the streets, but not vice versa. And the police station versus the beer hall, they built a huge beer hall for 12 million, and it's brand new. The city, as far as I know, spent somewhere around 20 million. You'll never get an exact figure, but that's 20 million on a used building. I think you probably could have built a custom-built police station for about half that, and instead of trying to cobble together a police station out of a bank. But I think the board of directors at a bank just pressured the city of Belleville to take this off their hands because they wanted a new bank on South Illinois Street, a smaller bank. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else this evening? I don't even know how to answer all that. Hearing none, I'm going to close public participation. And I'm going to go on to, I have no young people here from Basic tonight, so I'm just going to remind us all that the character word of the month for April is cooperation, working together in a peaceful way. And I know you'll see that at a lot of the various marquees at schools, etc. But that's the word of the month, and it's certainly a good word for all of us to work towards those goals. At this time, I'm going to take just a moment, and I'm going to read the following proclamation for National Service Recognition Day. Whereas service to others is a hallmark of the American character and central to how we meet our challenges, and whereas the nation's cities are increasingly turning to national service and volunteerism as a cost-effective strategy to meet city needs, and whereas AmeriCorps and Senior Corps participants address the most pressing challenges facing our communities, from educating students for the jobs of the 21st century, to fighting the opioid epidemic, to responding to natural disasters, to supporting veterans and military families, and whereas national service expands economic opportunities by creating more sustainable, resilient communities and providing education, career skills, and leadership abilities for those who serve. And whereas AmeriCorps and Senior Corps participants serve in more than 50,000 locations across the country, bolstering the civic, neighborhood, and faith-based organizations that are so vital to our economic and social well-being. And whereas national service participants increase the impact of the organizations they serve, both through their direct service and by managing millions of additional volunteers, and whereas national service represents a unique public-private partnership that invests in community solutions and leverages non-federal resources to strengthen community impact and increase the return on taxpayers' dollars. And whereas national service participants demonstrate commitment, dedication, and patriotism by making an intensive commitment to service and a commitment that remains with them in their future endeavors. And whereas the Corporation for National and Community Service shares a priority with local leaders nationwide to engage citizens, improve lives, and strengthen communities, and is joining with the National League of Cities, the National Association of Counties, Cities of Service, and local leaders across the country for National Service Recognition Day on April 3rd, 2018. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Mark W. Eckert, Mayor of the City of Belleville, do hereby proclaim April 3rd, 2018 as National Service Recognition Day, and encourage residents to recognize the positive impact of national service in our city, and to thank those who serve and to find ways to give back, to their communities. Jay, you want to come forward? I want to present this to you. Jay Stokes is directing the AmeriCorps program at SWIC. You can pull that. I think you can sneak right on up here. I'm going to let you. And I want to present this to you because AmeriCorps has been in Belleville since 94? 94, 95. It's been a long-standing service organization for not just teens or 20-year-olds, but a variety of ages. People do earn some college stipends, but they work tremendously, particularly with our schools. And they have made unbelievable Now, just in a recent special service project they did on the 11th of March, they were out on Route 15, a whole group of them, and if any of you have been up or down 15 recently, the litter is atrocious. They picked up a large amount of litter. Now, they're not going to tell you they got it all, because they know they got out there and their hands were full. But then also on the 17th, on St. Patrick's Day, I'm not saying they didn't get uptown later on, but they went out to Mount Hope and spent early afternoon doing a service project out at Mount Hope Cemetery, which, as you know, we've somewhat inherited as a real challenge for West Belleville. And they went out there and picked up litter and branches and raked and did all kinds of things, which really helps our street department, who are out there, our guys, cutting and trimming. So, Jay, we thank you. We appreciate what SWIC's involvement with AmeriCorps, and we appreciate, I know all the schools, the superintendents all rave about AmeriCorps, and we're very blessed to have you. So thanks for your continued service.
Thank you, and thank you to the City Council, thank you, Mayor, and thank you to District 118 and District 175 for their continued support.
Thanks. Okay. Yeah, a long time. And I must say, little trivia here, our city clerk was in the very first AmeriCorps class. So,
Trivia? Okay.
yep.
Too young.
And she worked for me when I had Franklin Neighborhood, so that's where I met her.
That's pretty good.
It's been interesting. Okay, at this time, I switched
That was a
gears.
compliment.
It was a compliment.
Oh, it was, okay. Just making sure.
It's been exciting. Maybe that's a better word. No, I tell you what, you guys know the story, but yeah, Jenny came, she was probably 18, and she came to Franklin Neighborhood with AmeriCorps, and she learned how, or started taking the challenge of organizing me right from the very beginning, and has never quite accomplished it, but she's still working at it. Moving on, at this time, we have a recommendation I'm making for an appointment, and I'm asking for a motion to approve my recommendation to appoint Thomas R. Peters as hearing officer for our PSEBA claims pursuant to section 33 point 104B of the revised code of ordinances. Motion by Alderman Kinsella, do I second by Alderman Schaefer. This, as you know, was an ordinance we passed several meetings ago. It is for the purpose of assisting us in, I think, to be fair, to hear eligibility and insurance claims for the catastrophic insurance for retirees who go on disability. And this is a recommendation coming from IML, and many cities across the state have passed this. And I think they believe that this is a good way for us to have a review and an insight on some of the things, these are ongoing for life, and it's a very serious and very expensive matter. So we have a motion and we have a second. Do we have other questions about this? Hearing none, I'd ask for a roll call vote. Now, let me say one thing real quick. There was a suggestion made, I checked with the city attorney. I've had this brought up before. In all my years, it wasn't pushed very hard, but I thought about it and I kind of forgot about it. So starting tonight, Jenny devised a thing. Alderman Kinsella will vote first, as usual. But the second time we do roll call tonight, it's going to start with Alderman Hazel, and then down the line, until where we get it, where we might have a vote and a couple of votes down the road tonight or whenever. It might be the first person voting, might be Alderman Wigington or Barfield. It was asked to, and a lot of places do this. It's the chair's call, according to Garrett. And I said, I don't have a problem. We don't have to always start with Mr. K. So we're going to start there on this vote, and then the next one will be Alderman Hazel's.
We're starting with Joe.
We're starting with Joe.
Yeah, we start with Joe.
Okay, I'm sorry,
Oh,
we're
no
skipping
way.
you.
We do.
According
We
to
just do.
according to my lady who guides me.
We've already started on those.
So roll call.
Hazel,
I always vote first, by the way. Aye.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I stand corrected.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the seating. She did tell me that earlier.
Yeah.
Kinsella,
Aye.
Bittner, Randall,
Aye.
Tyler,
Abstain.
Anthony,
Aye.
Ovian, Schaefer, Dintelman, Goff, Steele, Wygant, Elmore. Wiggington. Barfield.
Motion carries. We go on to approval of minutes on the second page. Motion to approve the city council minutes from March 19, 2018. What's your pleasure? So moved. Motion by Wiggington, second by Schaefer. Any additions or corrections? Yes, sir.
On the top of, page 6, it says Alderman Elmore stated the motion on the floor is video gaming stickers. Alderman Elmore recommended rolling out a 50% rate as an introduction for all businesses.
I definitely can't hear that.
I don't,
I couldn't hear that. Even I can't hear that.
All right, all right. It's talking about that I made a motion to recommend rolling out a 50% rate introduction for all business licenses by October. And it was discussed. I did not make a motion. There was no motion to amend that was failed. There was discussion about business licenses, but I did not make a recommendation, or certainly not a motion.
okay, we can change
Might
that.
want to just clarify that.
Yep.
There was no motion
Okay.
on
Okay.
business licenses.
So, to who made the motion and second, you're okay with us? Well, she'll look at that, but we'll strike that then, okay? Any other additions or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the minutes from March 19th with that exception, and having them filed, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Claims, payroll, and disbursements. We have a motion, I'm asking for a motion to approve the claims and disbursements in the amount of $2,241,563.98, and the payroll in the amount of $818,072.56. Do I have a motion? Alderman Hazel, do I have a second? Alderman Anthony, do I have discussion? Roll call.
Kinsella.
Aye.
Bittner. Randall. Tyler. Anthony. Ovian. Schaefer. Dintelman. Gah. Steele. Wygant. Elmore. Wiggington. Barfield. Hazel.
Motion carries. Treasurer's report, I'd ask for a motion to approve or to receive and file the statement of cash and investment report from February 2018. Motion by Alderman Kinsella, second by Alderman Gah. Any additions or corrections to this? All in favor of receiving and filing signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We go on to oral reports, administration. I'd ask for a motion to approve an agreement for dispatch services with Signal Hill Fire Protection Association. Motion by Alderman Schaefer, second by Alderman Anthony. Any discussion on this? This is the second, I think this is the second year, is that right?
Yeah.
Second year we've done this. It's just a renewal. Right, Chief? I see one of you here. Clay's still on vacation today. So we have a motion and a second to approve this agreement. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Bittner. Randall. Tyler. Anthony. Ovian. Schaefer. Dintelman. Gah. Steele. Wygant. Elmore. Wiggington. Barfield. Hazel. Kinsella.
Motion carries. 11A2, ask for a motion to approve Schedule C with Web QA for a 3-year term beginning May 1st, 2018 and ending April 30th, 2021, FOI software, FOIA software. Do I hear a motion to approve? Motion by Alderman Schaefer, second by Alderman Steele. Do I hear discussion? Roll call.
Randall. Tyler. Anthony. Ovian. Schaefer. Dintelman. Gah. Steele. Wygant. Elmore. Wiggington. Barfield. Hazel. Kinsella. Bittner.
Motion carries. Parks and Rec. I'd ask for a motion to approve a memorandum of understanding among the City of Belleville and assigned affiliates in St. Clair County Transit District, Illinois, to provide mowing of bike trail path. Motion by Alderman Dintelman, second by Alderman Schaefer. Discussion. Roll call.
Tyler. Anthony. Ovian. Schaefer. Dintelman. Gah. Steele. Wygant. Elmore. Wiggington. Barfield. Hazel. Kinsella. Bittner. Randall.
Motion carries. That's moving pretty smooth.
Well, sure. I have to think a lot.
At this time, I know you do, and I'm glad you're doing it. I'd ask for a motion after, I'm gonna ask, you gonna read this?
Yeah, I can, sure.
From the zoning board, a recommendation?
Motion from zoning board, 11C1, motion to amend Title 11 Business Regulations of the revised ordinances of the city of Belleville, Illinois, as amended by adding chapter 122, adult entertainment businesses, sections 122.001 through 122.015. The zoning board recommended approval 4-0 with the stipulation that the said uses be added as special uses to section 162.309, light industry district, special uses, and 162.323, heavy industry district, special uses.
Do I hear a motion? Motion by Alderman Wiggington, do I hear a second? Second by Alderman Ovian. I just want to comment that Jenny and I were talking earlier, this discussion first started probably back in December.
Correct, it was first on the agenda
First
for
on the
ordinance and
agenda
legal.
and ordinance in December, so it's not been rushed, this has been very careful. If you looked at your document, I think it's 27 pages.
Correct.
It's very thorough. Garrett, who did not make it back from New York today on time because of snow in New York, had done a lot of research on this. And he talked to Brian today, but I don't know if there's any further questions, but we've had countless meetings. I went to zoning the other night, and there wasn't one question asked, really, from nobody from the public and nothing. So I think it's pretty straightforward, and it's modeled after what I think is the best that Garrett found from several communities throughout the state. So, and he's certainly looked at the various Supreme Court cases that go with something like this. Feels very comfortable what we're presenting. So we have a motion and we have a second to approve this recommendation from zoning and have the proper ordinance drawn. Is there any other questions? Yes, sir.
Yes, Your Honor, does the motion include the stipulations that zoning put on there? Special uses to sections 162.309, light industry district, and special uses 162.323, heavy industry district special uses.
Yeah, so what that refers to is the actual zoning code sections, so those will be updated, the zoning codes, but if you look at, our sections in here, the actual, ordinance, it's in there under the very first section, 122.001 under J.
Yeah, I was just wanting to make sure that the motion included those.
Yeah,
Okay. Very good. Yes, sir.
So it just says light industry, heavy industry, but zoning districts, but it's not specific. I know it's been discussed, where would that possibly go,
Well,
but at this point, it's just,
they would have an opportunity, if someone chose to still come forward into Belleville and present a business situation, they would have to designate their choice, and then we would have to look at it based on the ordinance and see if the other requirements that we have, so far away from a school, a church, or residential,
they have to meet all
and if
those.
they qualify for that, but it's their obligation to choose and come forward. But we just said the light and heavy industrial, that is what we looked at as a place that we felt, I think the bottom line is what we found by our educating ourselves is you can zone these types of businesses, but you can't just say flat no. I think that's the best way to put it, so. Yes, sir.
I noticed where the application fee was $1,000,
I think we made it.
and
It's 1,500,
I'm sorry,
it's 1,500, mm-hmm.
was that the renewable?
I think 1,000 is renewal.
The 1,000, I think, is the
Yeah.
renewable one.
Okay,
Okay?
I wanted clarification.
Yeah, I did, that was talked about. Any other questions? Okay, we're gonna have the ordinance later in the meeting, so at this time, all in favor of this motion and to have the proper ordinance drawn signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Master Sewer Committee, Mr. Diddleman, Alderman Diddleman.
On behalf of the Master Sewer Committee, I'd like to make a motion to approve the deed of easement at 301 North Pennsylvania.
Motion by Ed, second by Shelley. Any discussion on this? Roll call.
Anthony,
Aye.
Ovian, Schaefer, Dintelman,
Aye.
Gah,
Aye.
Steele, Wygant, Elmore,
Aye.
Wiggington,
Aye.
Barfield,
Aye.
Hazel,
Aye.
Kinsella,
Aye.
Bittner, Randall. Tyler.
Motion carries. Communications.
Separately, together?
Any problem with together? Together.
Together, okay. Communications 12A, banner request from Sounds of Harmony, April 13th, 2018 to April 29th, 2018. Communication from Sounds of Harmony Barbershop Chorus of Belleville requesting to hang a banner over North Illinois Street from April 13th through the 29th of 2018. The display content will be Sounds of Harmony Annual Show, April 28th, 2018, Belleville East High School. 12B, Lindenwood University Belleville Commencement Ceremony, Saturday, May 5th, 2018. Communication from Lindenwood University Belleville requesting to hold their 2018 commencement ceremony and reception on May 5th, 2018 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., requesting assistance with traffic control from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the 2700 block of West Main Street, 23rd Street, and West Main Street, and 23rd Street and South Belt West. There will be parking at Lindenwood, Fisher, St. Mary's, and Union School.
Do I hear a motion to approve these two communications? Alderman Steele, second by Alderman Tyler. Do I hear discussion? All in favor of approval signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We have no petitions, we have no resolutions. I'd ask for a motion to read by title only, ordinance number 8183. Motion by Alderman Kinsella, second by Alderman Schaefer, to read by title only. All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye. 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 Motion carries.
Ordinances 15A, Ordinance 8183, 2018, an ordinance amending Title 11 Business Regulations of the Revised Ordinances of the City of Belleville, Illinois, as amended by adding Chapter 122, Adult Entertainment Businesses, Sections 122.001 through 122.015.
Do I hear a motion? Alderman Kinsella, do I hear a second? Alderman Wiggington, do I hear discussion? Roll call.
Ovian. Aye. Schaefer. Aye. Dintelman. Aye. Gah. Aye. Steele. Aye. Wygant.
Aye.
Elmore.
Aye.
Wiggington.
Aye.
Barfield.
Aye.
Hazel.
Aye.
Kinsella.
Aye.
Bittner.
Aye.
Randall.
Aye.
Tyler.
Aye.
Anthony.
Aye.
Motion carries. I don't have any unfinished business. We go to miscellaneous and new business. I'd ask for a motion to approve a motor fuel claims, $3,131.50. Alderman Dintelman, second by Alderman Schaefer. Any discussion on the motor fuel claims? Roll call.
Schaefer. Aye. Dintelman.
Aye.
Gah.
Aye.
Steele. Aye. Wygant.
Aye.
Elmore.
Aye.
Wiggington.
Aye.
Barfield.
Aye.
Hazel.
Aye.
Kinsella.
Aye.
Bittner.
Aye.
Randall.
Aye.
Tyler.
Aye.
Anthony.
Aye.
Ovian.
Motion carries. Because Garrett wasn't able to be here tonight, the executive session, the topic that he was gonna explain and go into a little bit, dealing with the Archards, we're gonna wait till the next meeting. He would prefer to do it when he's here. So there's no executive session necessary. Hearing nothing else, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved, Your Honor.
Motion by Randall, second by Elmore. All in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much.